Hi, and welcome to my blog. I said last night that we were going to go see November, which stars Nathan Lane and Laurie Metcalf, showing on Broadway at the Ethel Barrymore Theater, and it was very, very, very funny. I suggest you visit their website, which I think November on Broadway, but just Google it, and it will tell you where it is. Nathan Lane's comic timing is fantastic. Laurie Metcalf is a hoot. It is topical, it is funny, it uses the F word far too much. But other than that, it was just a really enjoyable experience. I guess the other thing that happened yesterday is the mess called the Democratic primary season. Hillary Clinton won 3 major primaries, Rhode Island, Ohio, and Texas. Texas was apparently a nail-biter all night long because the results took so long to get in. Then there's the caucuses that they do, which is kind of a bizarre system. I was talking to Champ about caucuses, and he was pointing out that they're really kind of an undemocratic thing to do, that they require a lot of time, that shy people are disadvantaged because you've got to get up and identify yourself, and that's hard for some people. Mothers with children, people that work, people on low incomes can't dedicate the time to it. I tend to agree with all those things. I also don't like rules where independents get to vote in the Democratic primary. We're Democrats, we're partisan. I understand that there are people that don't like to pick a political party, but sometimes life is choices. If you're not going to choose to be either a Democrat or Republican, why should you be allowed to vote in their primaries? I guess in some primaries, Republicans are allowed to vote in the Democratic primary if they want to. It just doesn't make sense to me. Limited to Democrats. Which leads me to one of the points that I wanted to make today, which is the reaction of the candidates. Both Clinton and Obama agree that Clinton is getting the votes of the Democrats. She is getting the votes of people who are registered Democrats. If you listen to the talking heads, like me, they will tell you that Clinton is getting the votes of the Democrats. But Obama's spin on it is that he's getting more independent voters. That may be true, but there's no guarantee that those independents are going to be voting in the Democratic, or going to vote Democratic in November. McCain is also attracting a large number of independents. And if you want to know where the independents are going to swing, it's hard to say based upon the primary, especially, as I've said in the past, because a lot of people have a negative visceral impact to Hillary Clinton. I believe it's based on misogyny, a lot of it. They think she's a bitch, they think she's overpowering, they think whatever they think. But, and so they vote for Obama in order to stop that bitch, or in order to make sure she doesn't get it. Well, they're going to vote for McCain then. So, you know, we're Democrats. We've got to coalesce around who the Democratic candidate is going to be. The second point that I wanted, I guess I've been talking about the rules in the delegate selection process. I actually read the rules today. Gave me a headache. If you read the rules, they are extremely convoluted. But one of the things that it says, and one thing that is clear, is that the rules are almost self-enforcing. There can be challenges to the rules. And that in this particular case, one of the things that is self-enacting is that if a state violates the rules on when to hold their primary, they lose their superdelegates. Superdelegates from those states are the people that had some impact in the decision-making process to move the primary. Therefore, to punish the people that actually were part of the decision-making process, you remove them. It also says that the states lose 50% of their delegation. This may be able to be changed by the bylaws committee, and that may be what happened because they're saying they lost all their delegates. but the rules actually said 50% of their delegates. There's also convoluted language in the rules about being able to seat alternate delegations from those states that are representative of how people voted without actually seating the delegates that were elected in the process that was somehow outside the rules. Again, very convoluted. It also says that the Credentials Committee, which somebody said meets in July, but normally it meets the day before the convention, but the Credentials Committee is the arbiter of any challenges to the rules or challenges to delegations. So the delegates, it goes back to the Credentials Committee again. Very, very complicated system. The governors of Florida and Michigan today sent out a joint letter to the Democratic National Party National Committee and the Republican National Committee saying it isn't fair to disenfranchise 5.7, I think it is, million voters who voted in their states. There's some talk that Clinton would accept a redo if Michigan or Florida wanted to hold a primary now inside the rules. It's part of the mess. Whatever happens, something needs to happen with Florida and Michigan. They can't be disenfranchised. It just doesn't seem fair. I was talking to somebody from Pennsylvania today. She's actually an Obama supporter, but we're cordial. And I was saying how much I pity her for what that state is going to be in for, because there's going to be lots of money spent there. There's going to be lots of people working. There's going to be, it's like they're going to want to get back to regularly scheduled programming in April after the primary. It's just going to be a barrage, and I've lived through that barrage before. And I'm kind of happy I don't have to. I can just sit back and watch it. The last thing that I really kind of want to talk about is this thing that came to light, and it was something that the Clinton campaign began to do almost immediately, which was suggest a joint ticket with Hillary Clinton and Obama as the vice president. One of my coworkers called it nasty. I called it sneaky. In many ways, it's a very intelligent thing to do. As of Saturday and Sunday, Obama supporters were calling on Hillary Clinton to leave the race because she wasn't going to win Texas and Ohio, and both of them, and therefore she really should drop out and let Obama be the candidate. You're not going to hear that right now. You may hear it 2, 3, 4 weeks down the line. You may hear it after Pennsylvania, but you're not going to hear it for a while. And that's because she won those races. Now she's kind of turned the table on him and said, I'm the one with the experience. I'm the one getting the Democratic votes. I'm the one winning the big states. You're really, you won Idaho. The Democrats aren't going to win Idaho. The Democrats need Texas. I won Texas. The Democrats are going to need Ohio. I won Ohio. The Democrats are going to need Florida. I won Florida. You lack the experience, so you should be the vice president, and we'll have a joint ticket. We'll have a united party. It will all be good. Very, very smart political strategy. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. The conventional wisdom 2 months ago was that America would never accept a ticket that was an African American and a woman. I think they might now, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching. I promised you the second half of the Upper East Side tour. It's on my computer. I will put it together. I will get it posted. Thank you. Bye-bye.